This was a real dialogue by the Buddha. And so what happened here, many people would say, I asked many people about it, they would say Venerable Sariputta would make more merit. Like so many options are there. But it is the Buddha that would make more merit. And this is a visual imaginary thing though. Because why? Because the Buddha is the one who knows everything about the Dana, the benefit of it, the value of it, A to Z of everything about the Dana. He is the one who knows it. So the Buddha says, when the Dayaka knows all these things, his Dana becomes much, much more powerful than the receiver. So when we give Dana, is foremost among the Dasa Paramita or 6 Paramita. Dana Paramita comes first. And Dana Sila Bhavana, we have Dana first. And Dana is the very easy way. I mean, compared to other Sila and Bhavana, Dana is the easy one. Dana, although it is not so easy, still people find it very hard to give something that belongs to them. But it is much more easier compared to others. Sila is more difficult. Bhavana is even more difficult. If you ask for a Bhavana retreat, only few people will come. Very few people will come. Maybe if you have a Sila program, there will be little more people come. But if you have a Dana, so many people will come. We know how this by experience, I know that. Sometimes when I start meditation program, just few people show up. Very few. But most of the Dana ceremonies, so many people. They like to give Dana. That's easy way. This is a practice. This is a continuous practice. What happens here, Buddha says, when you give a Dana, there are 3 things that you have to be concerned. 1, Pubbha Chetana, Munchana Chetana, and Apara Chetana. Before giving the Dana is called Pubbha Chetana. While giving the Dana is called Munchana Chetana. And after giving the Dana is called Apara Chetana. During these 3 stages, one has to be, again, 3 things. Lobha, Dosa, and Moha. One has to temporarily suppress Lobha, Dosa, and Moha. And there are stories where people have given the Dana and later regret. Oh, why did I spend so much? Yeah, that can happen to people. And then there are some other cases where they get angry with the monks, maybe, it can happen too. It really happens. In real time, it can happen. Maybe these monks are more noisy, or these monks are not following these things, and when they see the monks not behaving, so they are actually following up. It's not really giving up. It's really holding more into that. When it comes to giving, you have to give up. You're not going to hold it anymore. You just give up. That's it. There is a beautiful story when Anathapindika offered the Jetavana monastery to the Buddha. I think it's a very valid story, very powerful example for all of us. And so it is said he spent so much of money to buy the land from a man called Jeta. And then he asked, because he desperately wanted this particular land. It was perfectly, ideally matching for the Buddha's monastery. And then he wanted this, and Prince Jeta said, no, I can't give you. I will do whatever you want. I will give you all the money I have. I have lots of gold. I will spread everywhere in your land. He was like very tempting and very forceful. And then Jeta said, okay. spread the gold, whatever you have in the land. And then he actually did it. He brought all the gold coins and spread it. And then there was one small piece of land he could not do that. And then this guy was looking how Anathapindika is so strong and confident in his faithful towards the Buddha. And then he said, okay, you couldn't do this thing. What should we do? You give my name to the temple. Title the temple under my name. Okay, I will definitely do that. I have no objection to that. So that's why it was called Jetavanarama. And then he spent so much of money to also build the temple. If you have been to Savatthi Jetavana Monastery, I had the privilege to go there. I felt how Buddha was spending that. Out of the 45 vasas, he spent there 19 vasas only in Jetavana Monastery. And every time you hear Evam me sutang ekang samayang bhagava savatyang viharati jetavane anatha pindikasa arame. That was the temple that Buddha was. Hundreds of suttas, thousands of suttas were preached over there. So I think every nook and corner of that beautiful monastery was touched by the Buddha's footprint. And all those great Arahanta monks, Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana, Venerable Angulimala, Venerable uh, um, Ananda, Nanda, Rahula, Sunita, Sopaka, all those wonderful monks were there. We can feel that energy right there when you enter that beautiful place. So he spent so much money to build the temple, and then also he wanted to offer that to the monks, Mahasangha, Buddha Pamukha Mahasangha. And then there were flags, there were like festival like situation. Lots of people were, hearing about that. They came to the temple offering ceremony. 2 people came out of those thousands of them. Two friends were also there. So one friend, he looked at this. Wow, look at that. Look at the decoration. Look at this beautiful ceremony. And look at this wonderful monastery, the complex, monastic complex that Anathapindika has just built up to offer to the Buddha and all those great Mahasangha members. He said, he kept his palms together. He said, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. He was so happy. I remember Ayasoma's word yesterday, Dhamma Sukha. I borrow that word, Dhamma Sukha. That elation, that ecstasy, that jubilation, that rapture, that joy was really overwhelmed in him. And the other one, he also had his hand on his forehead. He said, oh, what a fool. What a fool this man. Spent so much money on this? Why? He should have kept some money for his children, maybe invested the money, make some property. Why did he wasted some money? He was not happy. Now, both of them did not spend a penny for this wonderful monastic project.